Welcome to Corvallis, Oregon, Reser Stadium, home to the Beavers, and you better get used to the sound of chainsaws as the fans here have been ready for this clash since early this morning. There's just something about the nightcap. After a day of wall-to-wall football, it just seems this is when chaos ensues. As we'll see a squad from the back, the Central Michigan Chippewas, taking on a team from the Pac-12, the Oregon State Beavers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Chippewas will kick it away first. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. And that's the end of the line for the return man, but still business to attend to. A penalty marker is down.
Return team.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on first down. He'll start this drive firing. Oh, he's going to go up top. Pulls it in on the right. Got a lot of running room. Touchdown, Beavers! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation and timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The Chippewas offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Fires to the right. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. After the misfire, now on second down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17. The Chippewas want to move quickly. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. With the catch, it's Boyd. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Chippewas come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off-play action on first down. Looking down the middle. Got him downfield. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
Got it in the middle, it's Harris. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. The completion short of the sticks, it's second down.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here.
They go to the draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get that third and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a fourth down.
Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on second and 2. After the good pickup on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. Johnson wants to throw it. Quick strike complete. And they knock him down, but he got past the line of the game.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Going up top on first down. Finds his man. It's Card. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
I wonder if the receiver heard footsteps on that play. Defender, very, very close, but you'd like to see your wide receiver haul that in.
The throw to the outside is complete.
And, you know, if you're the receiver there, you just want to know where the sticks are. Maybe extend your route a little bit more so that you know you get the first down after making the catch. 4th and short now. Let's see what they do.
They'll try it on the ground. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
I love offenses that can just rely on their offensive line to get it done in 4th and short situations like that. Turn around, hand it off, let's stay on the field and keep this thing going.
They knock him down after a pickup of 4. Ball is at the 9-yard line.
This is a hard defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. You saw in that last play, their ability to go sideline to sideline, win at the point of attack as they shut down that sweep play.
Yeah, and it's also hard when you get in the red because what do we do on defense? We bring in all the big bodies, so there's not a lot of space in there to run. I like getting the ball in the perimeter. You toss it out there to your running back. He gets out there faster. We got a positive game. Still a couple plays here left, too.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Touchdown, Oregon State! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find that footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one, too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Central Michigan takes over, and we'll get another look at this offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
To the air on first down. Gets it out fast.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
Trying play action. Grab near the marker. It's Boyd. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. The Chippewas come to the line in the hurry up.
If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. Back to the air one more time. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. They punted on their opening drive, and now they need a 3rd down conversion to avoid punt. Pressure coming. And the quarterback is snowed under.
You get 5 sacks in a game the way this defense did last week, and it's going to make your offensive coordinator second-guess himself a little bit with respect to protections. I'm not sure how confident this offense is early in the game because they've already given up a sack.
Turns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. Offense getting set for first down. Wide out in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. From the gun, to give, looking for room. And he's brought down after a solid gain, and we are done in the first quarter. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Johnson looking to throw. Scrambling away. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Right down the middle. Pass on the way. It's picked off. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. Thought he had the huge play with the interception. Instead, nabbed for PI, and it'll be first down for this offense. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. Flushed out of the pocket. That quarterback was doing his best Houdini, escaping in the backfield, but the defense finally gets to it. First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's second down. Dialing up a second down pass play. Back open in the middle. Makes the catch and knocked down.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58 of them. What a disappointment. No good. Missed the field goal, but still a two-touchdown lead at 14. Central Michigan has it back. Let's see what the Chippewas can do on offense. The lead's not insurmountable, just down 14-0. But, David, you don't score here, and it could get a little tricky fast. If you don't... The stiff arm gets him loose. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. And the Chippewas will hustle to the line. Motion from the offense. Off the play fake on first down to throw. That's reeled in. It's Harris. And he goes down after making the grab. Picked up a few, but he's still short of the first down marker.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Harris. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Quarterback on the keeper. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Holding, offense.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. They're facing a 3rd down. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th. Offense needs a couple of yards on 4th down. Remember, they can get the first down without getting it into the end zone. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. The offense set for a first down play. They'll go to the ground. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call.
Holding, offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Looking for a productive play on first down. From the gun. Give on the inside. Gives them a little more breathing room. A 3-yard gain out to the 7.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
No, sirree. Not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable third down. Get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Oregon State.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Unloads it downfield. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. The Beavers send out the punt unit. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. And the ball will come to rest just inside the 40-yard line. Central Michigan takes over, and we'll get another look at this offense. They've stumbled a little bit out of the gate here, Jesse, finding themselves down by 2 scores.
Yeah, and their defense needs to help them out and get off the field, get them some more possessions.
And he's running in the open. He's at the 10. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
Yeah, it was explosive, but shoot, Reese could have run through that hole. I mean, it was wide open. He didn't have to break anybody's ankles. He didn't have to run through tackles. I mean, just great blocking.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Central Michigan. Man, did he show some hops for that one.
Some serious vertical right there. I tell you what, everybody in front of you, hey, I'll go by air if I need to. Good job getting in the air, getting the touchdown.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. LSU had a dominant win, the kind the folks in Baton Rouge were used to in 2019 when Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson led the Tigers to a national title. Talk about a special team. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Johnson wants to throw it. He's got his man. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Looking to go up top on first down. Gonna take a shot. Makes the grab at the 25, and there's room. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. And the Beavers have it with a 1st and 10.
I love when you back the defense off. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative. And now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
This defense is going to have to make some adjustments here at halftime because they have been taken advantage of deep down the field in the passing game. They've already given up 2 TD passes. That was almost number 3, and we're only in the first half.
And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. 2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll try to run it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Beavers! Well, well, well. Somebody's been doing their box jumps.
Great line. Getting up in the air. Hey, listen, I'm taking a picture of that, saving it. That might be my screensaver on my phone. That vertical way up in the air.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Central Michigan has it back. Let's see what the Chippewas can do on offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Palmer. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Got it in the middle. It's Boyd. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. They'll try to pick up the first through the air using the quick game. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. With all those receivers in the game, you might think they were getting ready to try to take a big shot. Instead, just efficiently moving the chains.
Yeah, you got all that speed. It scares the mess out of me. I might give you more of a cushion, especially in some areas where you're going to get good matchups of safeties or linebackers on receivers. Nice execution by the offense, getting the free first down.
Tipped ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers. And the incompletion brings up a second down. He's looking to throw. Finds the tight end. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him to him? They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. They'll try to get it through the air. Coming after it. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. The Chippewas will bring the punt team onto the field. A sky-high punt. Fair catch called for and made. One more snap coming before halftime. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. He's going to run it. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one from there in Corvallis.
The Beavers will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. And the returner will be dragged down. Central Michigan takes over, and we'll get another look at this offense. trailing by a couple of scores. They'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions. The coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive, just like they do at the start of the game. They've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here will be huge.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in.
And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
In the second half, trailing the way they are, they know they're going to have to be able to throw the football to get back into it, but you can't accomplish that if you can't keep your quarterback standing upright. Give the defense tons of credit getting that sack on third down.
Big first down sack for the defense, brings up second down. He's looking to throw. They've got the screen set up. Smashes through. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. They'll try to run for it.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running the football, nowhere to go.
And the Chippewas will try to pin them back with the punt. A high kick trying to pin them deep. Not going to risk a return here. Calls for the fair catch and makes it just around the 30-yard line. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. They'll leave it with him. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
I know the passing game sells, and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Johnson looking to throw. He's going for the big play. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. He's looking to throw. They're setting up the screen. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit them for a first down, and much more. Really good execution by this offense. The Beavers come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll give it to the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete on third down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Central Michigan has it back. Let's see what the Chippewas can do on offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
power football with the run. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. The Chippewas want to crank the tempo. Grab behind the line. It's Townsend. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Boyd. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. And the Chippewas are flying down the field. He knew the heat was coming. He had to get rid of it in a hurry, and he did so beautifully.
Perfectly. I don't need a big gain. I don't need to hold on to this football because the longer I hold on to...
Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. Running through contact. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching you. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field.
Holding. Offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Line gets set, first down. Johnson wants to throw it. Takes the easy completion. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump them the football, let them make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. He lost it high and deep down the left side.
He just misses on the big downfield shot. And I think some people think that's a difficult throw to make, but I'll tell you what, a lot of times you put a little air underneath it and you just trust your guy more than you trust the DB, but it's hard to do when you overshoot your wide receiver.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. He'll take another shot here. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
It's so easy to be up here in the booth and say, you should have put more zip on that. Sometimes you got to use the lob wedge. That time, you probably should have used the drive.
Handoff to the single back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Tempo and overdrive. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Quickly out to the tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. The Chippewas pick up the first down.
Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole where you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Line getting set on 2nd down. What a day it's been on the ground for these two guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Chippewas heading quickly to the line. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. They're trying to get to him. Fires and picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Beat up them pass rushers, bringing them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They give it to him again. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Still looking on the move. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Really nice job by the defense. The offense has the whole playbook open to him on 3rd and short. They try to slip in the screen. Did not fool the defense at all. Nice stop by the defense.
He's got him, and they convert. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
Oh, and he finds his slot receiver on that 4th down throw. And I'll tell you, this guy's not the biggest receiver in college football, but he does such a good job working the middle of the field. He's just able to get open and read coverage. Every quarterback loves having a slot receiver like that.
They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down. And the Beavers are rolling down the field. Johnson looking to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely wrong.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive regardless of what the score is, regardless of how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
Yeah, and that's a great job by this offense. And I'll tell you what, 4th quarter, you have the lead. That's exactly what you want to do. Lean on these guys, run the football, eat that clock.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Takes the easy one to the back. He's stopped quickly, but not before he has enough for the first down. So close to cashing it in for this offense.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising. I gotta be honest.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. Swings it out to the flat. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide. And a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Right there, I think you need a better play call. You got to help your quarterback out a little bit because the throw has got to at least make it to the sticks. On that last play, you're basically trusting the guy to make a few dudes miss in order to go pick up that first down.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oregon State.
And with that score, you start to get excited because you can feel the momentum starting off 2-0. I mean, you got to finish this one off when there's a great chance you're going to. But this season has started just like you wanted it to. Now just keep climbing. See how high we can get in these rankings.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Central Michigan takes over, and we'll get another look at this offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, I'm sure we ran a better route.
Complete with conviction on the crosser. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Looking to move it through the air. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. 2nd and 10 after the previous play. The aerial assault continues. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. He's looking to throw it, using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Slings it downfield. Working the middle. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. Looking to pass inside the red zone. He's got his man. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. The big fellas coming out in the goal line defense. They'll try to pick up the 1st. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Chippewas.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense. Continue to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
On 1st down, here comes this offense. Johnson wants to throw it. He makes the grab. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Makes the catch. Knocked down after a short game, but enough to move those chains. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll throw it on 1st down. Missed receiver there, it's incomplete.
Quarterback there just trying to go to his primary target, and they're just not on the same page.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. A little less room to work with now. The ball's at the 28, and it's 3rd and long. Fires to the wideout. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that here on a critical 3rd down late in the game with the lead. Guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. That's caught. It's caught. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
Awesome body control and great job, too, knowing where he is on the field to make sure he got his feet down in bounds. At this point, this guy's been open all over the field, and if I'm the QB, man, I keep throwing him the ball.
And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. they will go a little further. After putting a field goal on the board, they'll line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Now on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Pocket starts to collapse. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there.
At this point in the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Getting some heat. And the quarterback bought a little time, but actually bought a lot of time, but not enough time. The defense gets to it. Now this team has consecutive wins, and when you start expecting to find ways to win games and you expect that you'll perform well enough to do so, that's really hard to stop.
It's a mindset, Reese. This team has it right now. You can tell their players trust each other. Big situations arise in games. They're looking at each other in the huddle on the sideline, expecting to make the play that's going to help them win games. This team incredibly mentally tough right now, David.
And you start to build that mental toughness when you start to string together positive weeks and you start to string together positive plays. Now you know you can do it. It's not, we talked about it in the offseason, oh, we want to do this. Now you're starting to execute it and put it together on the field.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis. Welcome to Corvallis, Oregon, in the house Ocho Cinco and Hushmanzada built. Reser Stadium, home to the Oregon State Beavers. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, facing off with another team from the Pac-12, the Oregon State Beavers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Beavers will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Ducks offense will take the first swing of the game. They've met in the so-called toilet bowl, and they've played to go to the Rose Bowl. It's run the gamut, but this one is always intense.
Yeah, Reese, I called that game back in 2009 where the winner was going to go to the Rose Bowl, and I had a chance to really feel the electricity and the excitement at Autzen Stadium that day. This really is a tremendous one.
And even when a Rose Bowl isn't on the line, Oregon State just feels good. The in-state rivalry, the hate, it's always a good matchup.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll run it from the gun. Still running at the 40. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
I'll tell you what, you want to quiet this crowd, baby. You want to do something demoralizing to your opponent. Establish the run game early on offense.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And they're not on the same page there. A program whose history is built on speed. Oregon just ran away from the Beavers last time.
And the Ducks were ready to play a year ago. They were ready for a war. They came out, they took it to Oregon State. They didn't back off, Jesse. That game meant a lot to them.
Yeah, they just caught fire early, and Oregon State couldn't put the fire out. They had no answers. Every possession Oregon had, it seemed like they were going up and down the field. So a big challenge for Oregon State in this one is to try to get off to a great start.
He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the running back. At the 20, he's got space. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Oregon State Beavers offense will get the ball for the first time. These two dudes who both come off the edge can wreck an offensive stage, Jesse.
Man, these quarterbacks better have an internal clock working today. If you hold on to the football, you are getting sacked.
Yeah, best athletes on the field are defensive linemen, and when you got guys like this that can get after the quarterback, points will be at a premium.
Hold it. Offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. A first down for the offense. Johnson looking to throw.
And that's going to be the challenge for this offense tonight is holding up against this pass rush. They are one of the best defenses in the entire nation because of their ability to get pressure on the quarterback. They're going to have to do a much better job tonight protecting their guy or they've got no shot.
Give to the running back. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the the juke, not much room to run.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. Looking to take a shot. And that one's incomplete. They were just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Beavers line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And there he goes. He will score. Touchdown, Ducks.
Well, the punter wasn't able to get a lot of leg on that one, and it gave him a chance to field it, and then he found his lane, he put his foot in the ground, and it was off to the races. A huge momentum-shifting play on special teams for that touchdown.
After giving up the punt return for the score, let's see if they have an answer on the kickoff. Fielded in the end zone. It's Card. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Johnson wants to throw it. Going over the top. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. This offense really needs to get something going. Punt on the opening drive, and now a 3rd and 10 coming up. Feeling some heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Beavers will call on their punt team. He might just try to keep it away from this guy after a house call came after the first punt. And this one will be touched and downed at the 25.
You know, punt cover teams have a tough job because oftentimes they've got to tackle a guy out in the open field, and a really good one at that. But how about their ability to get to the returner and not just get the tackle, but create the takeaway? That is a massive play on special teams.
And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
One of my coaches always used to say, don't turn a bad play into a catastrophe. Sometimes you just got to throw the football away. Sometimes you got to tuck the football down and run. QB standing back in the pocket, sitting there with the ball exposed. Sometimes it leads to a fumble.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. It seems as if this old feud has been going on since Lewis and Clark set the foundation for the Oregon Trail. They've been playing since 1894, guys.
Game's been played for a long time, a lot on the line in the state of Oregon. Bragging rights, Jesse, for a whole year.
I feel like it's one of the rivalries in college football that maybe a lot of people don't talk about or really know about. But if you've ever been around this game and you know about the tradition and the history and the emotions surrounding this game, this is easily one of the best rivalries in college football.
The Beavers come to the line trying to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete out of the backfield. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip-shot field goal of where they were on that 4th down. But they decided to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
We're already in the 1st quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Trying to pound their way in. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Try to barge their way in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
And he's brought down, but a flag is also down.
Holding, offense.
They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with results of the play. Fourth and goal from the 3, and the offense will stay out there and try to finish the deal. Let's it go to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Beaver. It's a much-needed life for this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. If you're down, you got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
14, Oregon State, 7.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second. And they'll bring it to the 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This time, they need to take care of the ball and maybe extend this lead, David.
And I think you got to look at the positive reason. You still got the lead. Now take care of the football. Put a nice drive together, Jesse. You don't have to stress. We're still winning.
I feel like they think that player for player, they're the better unit on the field right now. They just got to make more plays.
And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. And the Ducks want to pick up the tempo.
And on a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? But if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one.
And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. The Ducks will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Looking for a block. It's Card. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last one.
So on this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
It's hard to run a route or get lost near the sidelines and understand exactly where you're at. Nice job understanding I'm starting to get close to the sidelines, throttling down a little bit, catching the football, and making sure I was in time.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
And here comes the offense on second down. Johnson looking to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
That's one of those plays where you're going, man, he probably could have made that. The defense wasn't great on the play, but guess what? It goes down as an incompletion. Those are one of those boards that you've got to dodge throughout a game to get the win, to limit those big plays.
You wonder now on offense, have they found something in the run game? Finally, it's been tough for them to get the run game going, but they picked up a nice gain on that last one. Let's see if they go back to it.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Here's the handoff. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next play.
Just goes right through the wicket and brings up 3rd down. Man, he will be thinking about that one. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, it has gone final in that top 25 matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Pittsburgh came through with a lunch pail hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won, and the fact this wasn't ever really in question. Always interesting to see ranked teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Grabbed over the middle. It's Casper. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Those slot receivers nowadays, they're little water bugs, man. You can play touch football in an elevator to lose to these guys because they're so quick and so dynamic. Get open and catch the football.
Moore to the air. Quickly to the tight end. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
They want to just keep throwing it. This time it's complete.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down.
And this offense stays aggressive and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, 3rd and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going through.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third down, going up top. Caught over the middle. It's Hatcher. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a fourth down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Beavers will line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. And they'll down this just inside the 35-yard line.
What a really good job by the punt team. Listen, you put all your speed, your athletes, a lot of starters are on these teams now in college football, and that's the reason why. You need these guys to go down, make plays, try to tackle these elusive guys in the open field, and, hey, even cause a turnover, that's just great.
And a little too much adrenaline on that throw never gave his receiver a chance. Ball still spotted at the 34. It's 2nd and 10. Moore will throw. Trying to get to it. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Got his man downfield. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator nuts. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on third down and in the red zone. If this defense gives up a couple more third down conversions like that, they're going to be in for a very unpleasant film session on Monday.
Pressure coming. And he is sacked as the defense adds a little emphasis to wrap up this first half. That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's 2nd down. And the Ducks will kick it off to start the second half.
Number 93 sets to kick this one away.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think then if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. From the gun, running back on the move. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Holding, offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Johnson wants to throw it. He looks that one in nicely. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Quarterback will audible. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great, but They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in this second half.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but they've got their punt team on the field on third down. We've got a timeout from the kicking team.
Timeout, Oregon State.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. And the Beavers will punt it away on fourth down. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And they'll down this punt just inside the 40-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll start this drive with a pass. Throws to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After the misfire, now on second down. To the ground with the back. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Illegal flag on the back. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Let's see what they've got on second down. Handoff from the gun. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on third and long. Moore to the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
How about picking up tough yards like that as he gets to the 22?
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Running back searching for a hole. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. The Ducks have their offense in high gear. They're getting this guy lathered up. They're just trying to bash it forward. He got a couple. It's down at the 11. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. This offense has a second down play. Off play action. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Man, that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And I'll tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He's got an open man. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. That is no good. Guys, after the miss, still up by 4.
That's just a chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make in this.
Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line gets set, first down. Johnson looking to throw. Got the back over the middle. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Oh, man, you don't see many of those anymore. Nowadays, the gloves are so good. The hands are so good. You don't see a lot of drop passes. Missed opportunity there for the receiver.
Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Another incompletion on 3rd down. The Beavers will punt this one away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity ladder.
Kick catch interference. Kicking team.
Well, the kicking... missed the fair catch signal. The officials did not. The offense lining up for a first down play. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Casper. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get 2 bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
Got his man out of the backfield. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
The encroachment penalty on the D gives the offense a free 5 yards. The Ducks have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. From the shotgun, the inside give. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. The run up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Unsuccessful 2nd down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively? Try to have success on 3rd down.
Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on 3rd down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup. Florida State may not be leaving town with a blowout victory, but they'll take a dub away from Doak Campbell Stadium every time. The Noles have been things come out, guys.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
At the 27. Brings up second down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Johnson wants to throw it. Fires to the right. He's got it. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So he got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy pass and catch.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
And the quarterback and receiver just got on the same page on that last play. Timing has got to be so critical, especially when you're throwing the perimeter of the field. They just didn't have it there.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. They're working that left side. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. The Beavers are on the move. He wants to throw. Dances away. Trying to make magic with his feet. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
He tries to take the top off. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender, understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go, and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him. They have been gang tackling him and getting a lot of penetration up front.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. And the Beavers get the first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Tackled, but he has a first down. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, pull off the big upset.
Makes the catch. We have reached the 2-minute warning, and time is of the essence if this offense is going to make a play. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon State.
And great job executing. The offense did what they needed to do. You got somewhat of a decision here. Do you want to kick it, tie it up? I think you do with this time frame. 1 to 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter. You probably want to do that, but you could push the envelope. You could go for 2 and try to take the lead.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Fires to the tight end. And just when you think you've seen every move, he's got another one, and he's out to the 40. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Moore will throw. Makes a grab over the middle. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. They're going to throw it again. Coming after it. Trying to escape and get it himself. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. He's going to pass on second down. And this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
If I'm a QB coach, I'm grabbing my quarterback right away and be like, listen, we're going to get another opportunity. It's the fourth quarter. It's a tie game. Our defense is going to get a stop for us. You got to get your confidence back. You got to get back in this ball game. We're going to need you again down the road. You are not done.
Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop. Hey, that's a live ball. And the defense grabs it, and they're taking it the other way. Oh, the unthinkable has happened for this offense. Oh, and it's a touchdown for the D. Oh, man, the defense just turned this game upside down with that score.
Dude, just take matters into your own hands. Like, I'll take care of this. I'm not even going to take this. I'm going to score points. I'm going to try to go ahead and ice this game away. Defense is still going to have to come back on the field. An unbelievable job just taking matters into its own hands.
Knotted up. Is free football in the forecast, or can this offense win it here? Give to the back. They'll make the stop at the 42. It's a pickup of 5, and that will be enough for a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. He's got it down the left side. Touchdown, Beaver! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
How about that? Forget about overtime. Great execution. This crowd is going nuts because that is perfectly done. Taking all the clock, scoring, getting the W.
What a game. What a finish. Came down to one last play, and they get it done.
What a play to show up in that moment of the game and make that type of play. That type of individual effort is just magic, Dave.
No doubt. It's what you dream about, but those moments, you have to step up and make it, and big-time players like this come up and make a big-time play late in the game to get you the win.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Seattle, Washington, home to renowned franchises present and past, from the Seahawks to the Supersonics. But there is a cornerstone program in this city. It is the Huskies of UW. They've always had a place here, a place of excellence that these fans hope will continue today. What we have in store for you today, a showdown between a couple of Pac-12 rivals. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Oregon State Beavers, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Washington Huskies. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Beavers will put total weather and we'll get started. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So the Washington Huskies offense is on the field for the first time today. And here he comes, a man who epitomizes the phrase, the tight end's always open, David.
And yes, he is, Reese. And it's so cool. The tight end position now has evolved so much. You can move him all over the field, and you can really highlight a guy of his ability.
Too big for safeties to cover and too fast for linebackers to cover. This is a weapon that you've got to take advantage of.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
A third and long coming up here. Williams looking for a man. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He gets his first one of the day out of there. They used him 3 times in that loss last week. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. The Beavers offense has the ball for the first time. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Might as well stick with him. Tackle is made after the first down.
You know, with defense, it's this pick or poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football, but when I do that, I give the running back space, and right there you could tell he takes advantage of it.
Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Keeps looking downfield. He'll try to do it himself. Got enough space. Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. And this is the type of defense that have made the Huskies a factory for pro players.
Yeah, and Reese, when I think about Washington football, I think about defense. I think about right place, right time, you know, great thought process, just physical, make you earn everything they get every single year.
And he is corralled short of the line to gain. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. No good. After the miss, no change in the score. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5
Neutral
yards.
zone. Defense.
Defense way over-eager there, and now the entire playbook just opens up before the eyes of this offensive coordinator. So after the flag, a fresh set of downs for the offense. It's 1st and 10. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, and this off, man, you got to do a better job blocking. And I tell you what, that's kind of been a theme throughout the season. They haven't been high-powered. They haven't really figured out who they are yet. And they still got time. The season's not over yet, but this offense still in identity mode.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Now facing a 3rd and long. Williams will pass. They're trying to get to it. And they got him for the sack. And the offense sprung a big-time leak, and the quarterback went down.
And when you're throwing the football, you're trying to stop the best athletes in the world from getting to your quarterback. They're going to get there. They're pinning their ears back, get to the QB, get the sack.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too. Closer and closer down to the end zone.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Setting up the screen. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't get any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the 1st quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Leaves it with the back. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
Coach is always hard about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through, and they finally...
Going for it all. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Man, if you're going to win games, you have got to hit on the home run type plays, and that was a great opportunity right there. The receiver has got to be able to lift that football in and make the catch.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Offenses that are great on third downs, what do most of the time? They keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on third and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on third downs all throughout this season.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if...
And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. And this will be the 9th play of the drive. Johnson looking to throw. Makes his connection.
I love the QB. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route. And then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, this offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Oregon State. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down for this offense. The give to the back. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain.
Nice run there on first down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
From the gun, running back gets the give. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set is able to rip off that one for a first down.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Second down coming up. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Got the quick pass. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. Trying to find his man on first down. Got him downfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
And you just wonder now, is that the play that's finally going to wake this offense up? They've been sluggish throughout the entire first half, but could that be the thing that finally just gives them a little bit of a jolt and leads them to scoring some points here before this half is over?
And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. Line getting set on second down. Williams looking for a man. Got his man quickly. There's a timeout call as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Boston. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll throw it on first down. Pulls it in. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Forced out of the pocket. Take it all the way. Touchdown, Washington.
And I love that this offense stuck to it. Stuck to the run game. Didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And the point after is good. So an 82-yard drive there. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Johnson wants to throw it. Pocket starts to collapse. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing failed.
They'll try again on 2nd down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. The pressure on him, and the quarterback goes down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half. Washington ready to kick off to start this 2nd half. Coming out with it, it's Carr. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going, and something can start to build.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He's going to pass. Quickly complete. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Wow, you saw the speed of the defense there. They're trying to spit this football out to the running back on the perimeter. How about the defense able to get to him quickly to bring him down for no gain?
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Unloads to the right. Another incompletion on 3rd down. The Beavers decide to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. Looking for a block. It's Reynolds. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. First down here for the offense. The give to the tailback.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Unleashes it. Got a wide open receiver. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. Washington wants to go quickly. Part of the DNA of the Washington offense has been a guy who can get it done with his arm.
And just finding a guy that makes everybody around you better, that can make the right decisions, that can highlight your skill positions. That's what gets the Washington fans going crazy, going nuts, and that's when they have those great football teams.
Great job by the defense there slowing down that jet sweep. And a big key was the defensive end containing the play, forcing the receiver to cut back inside to where all the traffic was.
After trying the running game on first down, they come to the line on second down. The give to the back. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. And the Huskies are moving quickly down the field. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Williams will pass. Just tried to drop a little floater in there, and it's incomplete.
Well, the ball hasn't hit the ground very often for this guy in this game, right? He's even still, after that incompletion, over 80% throwing, which is key. Because last game he was under 50% on his throws. He went back to work, worked on his fundamentals, and that's really showing up here.
And this is the area of the field where you need a really good back. You can depend on, you can give him the football. He's going to hit a little crease and just lower his shoulder, be physical, be powerful. You saw last week he got a rushing touchdown. I look for this offense to continue to feed him and maybe get him another one today.
They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. And this ought to be a chip shot from about 20 yards out. Just drives it between the uprights. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. After putting up a three-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. He'll bring it out. It's Card. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything,
and he gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. They need something that goes forward this time on second and long from the 14. He's looking to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker to protect their quarterback.
Time to take a shot. Makes the catch down the right side. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown.
Hold offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Offense set on first down. Johnson looking to throw. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Beavers! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
Number 19.
I tell you what, when you give me that kind of effort, I'm going to find you more often. What a layout. QB throws the football a little bit in front of him, had to dive and go make the catch. He lays out, secures the catch through the ground. Remember, got to catch it all the way through the ground. Nice effort by that receiver there.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner goes down. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. They go to the ground, running with power. And it looks as if we'll pick up maybe a couple.
It's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
He's got it again. Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Oregon State has the lead. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor, both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Reynolds. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Washington sends out the punt team. Slips through the line. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the 4th quarter.
Zings it complete to the right. And he's down after the short completion. He did not make it to the first down marker.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. And the Beavers have a first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
They'll ride the hot hand. Little too soft in that run defense. He picks up 4 to the 32.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff, where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
The Beavers have this offense rolling. They'll try the run. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Johnson wants to throw it. He makes a grab. They will score. Touchdown, Oregon State. With that in the lead, nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth-quarter lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Washington, 10.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
Yeah, last drive, that 3-and-out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Reynolds. That'll be a gain of about 7. Leaves him with 3rd and 3. Washington right back to the line. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Looking to throw for it. Here's a throw downfield late. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Normally, I would say 4th and short on your own side of the field, you punt the ball away, but we're in the 4th quarter, and they need to keep this drive going to win. I say go for it.
Fires to the big fella. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. The Huskies will have it 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Quick strike complete.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Got it in the middle. It's Williams. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the 1st down. They'll try to get it off quickly. He's looking to throw it. With the catch, it's Boston. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Now on 2nd down. He'll just keep slinging it. Quickly complete. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Williams looking for a man. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. What a snag by the defense. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way. He will take a knee, and the defense can stop the clock one more time, but this one is just about in the books. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that are going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Welcome to Pullman, Washington. Martin Stadium, home to the Washington State Cougars, and the anticipation is running high on the Palouse. The Beavers will kick it off to get us underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Washington State's offense takes the field for the first time today. And this guy is a big-time star. Just an electricity follows him onto the field.
He's a workhorse, too, Reese. This is a definition of a bell cow running back. He can carry the load for his offense and put his football team on his back.
Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
They'll go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Got out of trouble and throws. And the ball is intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
Does life get any better than this for an offense to start a drive with a 1st and goal? They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Now on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Beaver! They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Oregon State 7, Washington State 0.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Able to run it out to the 28 on first down. Now it's 2nd and 7. Looking for a man. It's Mateer. Fires to the wideout. And that ball is picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Just got to finish the play for the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding.
Headed to the end zone, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon State.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
That makes the score. Oregon State 14, Washington State 0.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pass.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. On the move, he fires. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? Washington State going quickly.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting to his position.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Now the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that. They'll try the right side. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense. Great in the tackle for a loss on 1st down.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Throwing right. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Bringing it back at the 20. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Beavers! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Maryland has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe there in College Park. They're up by 5 over Wisconsin. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Getting some heat. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on 3rd down. 4th down coming up. Washington State will have to boot it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. First down here for the offense. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Oregon State has the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Johnson looking to throw. Working the middle, it's complete. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
And the Beavers will snap it on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it to the right here. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Caught in the backfield. It's Anderson. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He wants to throw here on second down. He's got it on the run. They didn't get a ton of yardage there, but they're really effective at using the back out of the backfield, and they do it to get the first down here. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The back goes in motion. Johnson wants to throw it. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. This is one of those momentum turning points. If this defense can force a field goal attempt, that is a victory for them. He's got it. And he couldn't quite make it in. He's run out of bounds at the one. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a fourth and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation of the game. The ball's...
Touchdown, Oregon State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That drive covered 62 yards for the touchdown. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge.
Washington State, 0.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Washington State sends out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes a move. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. Comes out throwing on first down. Gets it out fast.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. Feeling some heat. Got a man. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's second and goal from the 5. Johnson looking to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. This defense trying to stand tall on 4th and goal from the 2. Looking to throw. And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on 4th down.
I love when defenses are smart enough to swat the ball down. Don't go for the pick, especially on 4th down. They knock it down. You get the ball anyways. Nice job by the defender.
We'll give him a couple on that with 2nd and 8 coming up.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
And a nice, solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And, you know, when we talk about great 3rd down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives.
And down he goes back at the 3. The defense calls the timeout, their 2nd of the day, as they try to get their act together. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. He gets it away from his own end zone. Running it back, it's Card. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Beaver!
Great decision by the quarterback, and there's a danger on defense. When you play man coverage against this guy, when you've got DBs and their backs are turned to the QB, if you're not careful, he'll just tuck it and run and take off. And by the time all those DBs and defenders had turned around, it was way too late. He was gone.
Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
This really has been a Jekyll and Hyde story for this quarterback. His last game out, he completed over 80% of his throws, but things just not going his way in this one. You've got to give the defense a ton of credit.
Fighting off the defender. Sticking with the running game and finding enough space to get 8, it leaves them with a 4th and 2. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. Looks like you've had a very enjoyable day there today in Pullman.
Washington State ready to boot it away to start the 3rd quarter.
Set to kick it off.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Starting this 3rd quarter on the ground. Oh, he's so hard to get on the ground. He's got room. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. That's a way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the 2nd play of the drive from the 36. Finds his man down the middle. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
The inside handoff. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, this defense obviously knows they have to be able to stop the run now in the 2nd half if they're going to win this game. And you wonder if they were able to make some tweaks and some adjustments at halftime. Maybe getting some more bodies close to the line of scrimmage to give themselves a chance to come back in this game.
Johnson wants to throw it. Finds his big tight end. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on fourth down. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
You know, college football is so much about emotion and momentum and trying to find parts of games where you can grab it. How about going for it on fourth down on your own end of the field early like that and coming away with the first? That's huge.
Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down. The Beavers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on first down. He's got the tight end. Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone. New set of downs after that completion. To the air on first down. Just missed on the connection. Incomplete. After missing the connection last time, it's 2nd and 10 from the 22. They'll leave it with him.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run, then you open it up for the passing game.
He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Oregon State. And the pummeling has started.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He leaves it with his back. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The pull and throw off the RPO. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job increasing it. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give from the gun. Makes one man miss. One step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Catch in the middle, it's Hernandez. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
Complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that, and then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
We've reached the end of the quarter, and Oregon State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Finds a spot in the middle. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. Fast motion from the offense. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And now on 2nd down for this offense. They'll give it to the back. He was able to reach into his bag of tricks and use it to pick up a few extra yards. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Snags it. And he will score. Touchdown, Wazoo.
Hey, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
42, Washington State.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Oh, he got loose. Just an outstanding return there and really sets up his offense nicely. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Power football with the run.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. And after that last run, we'll see if they keep it on the ground on 3rd. He wants to throw it. And the missed connection on 3rd down. So now on comes the field goal unit. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. And they missed a field goal, so something has gone wrong. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Got it in the middle. It's Freeman. They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. And, guys, this can be a great time to look for a big play on 2nd and inches. He's looking to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's right. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chain. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. He wants to throw. They're bringing heat. A little floater there that falls incomplete.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the 4th quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
Washington State will have to boot it away. He's getting plenty of work. 4th time we've seen this guy punt it today. And the return man will have no chance as the ball sails out of bounds. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Squeezes ahead for a couple. They'll get it out to the 9.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding. Offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
He took a hit as he could and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on 1 time. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback.
And they'll take
This is
over.
a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
The give and tick, 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 tick.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out.
And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. The Beavers send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He gets a block. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Offense getting set for first down. He's going to pass. Quick completion on the out. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. The Cougars come to the line with a new set of downs. It's a draw. Oh, what a move! Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.